Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back, my loves. We're going to get into another reading for you guys. To see what the messages are, okay? Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And take one more for the road. Some of y'all may be traveling soon. Okay, y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. And then that does the job is bippity boppity boo. Oh, salagazula menchagabula bippity boppity boo. I feel like that was a spell as a child. Put it together and what do you got? Bippity boppity boo. Cause I just got the tinglies, y'all. Anything you need to know is below in the description box, my loves. If you want to book a reading, the link is there. I still have a 5% off code that you guys can use in the posts section of the channel. Shout out to all my subscribers and my members and everyone who supports the channel, engages with the content, comments, all those good things. If you are a member, your discount code is in the post section as well. Okay, because you're a member, you probably see two different posts, but the ones for members is clearly designated. Okay? I hope you guys are doing well. As always, don't bring anything into your life that does not belong. We're going to freestyle it again, see what the messages are, see what y'all need to know at this time. All right? Thank you guys so much for your support, Pisces. Let's see. Guardian angels, archangel, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for Pisces. Let's go. Some of you guys may be traveling. Ooh, excuse me. One for the road. You might be getting two of something. Some of you might have two different homes or two different residences, places where you live. Okay, you may be traveling back and forth from one place to the other. This could be custody as well, possibly. I'm just picking up on that intuitively. What is the message for Pisces spirit? What does Pisces need to know? Forgiveness. Ooh, that was an affirmation. It just popped up on my phone. And all it said was, I forgive. Ooh. I forgive, fill in the blank, Pisces. I forgive, fill in the blank. Okay? Doesn't have to be a person. Could be a thing. Could be a situation. Be assertive. And choose a new direction. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Communicating clearly, speaking clearly, being direct when it comes to this assertiveness. Interesting. I feel like there could be a situation where you're passing judgment on someone, rightfully so, right? Okay, so hear me out. Okay, let's break it down. You could be passing judgment on somebody, right? But I feel that you have a right to pass judgment on someone because, maybe they've been being a little bit, funny, okay? And you're really like grilling somebody, or you're being very direct with someone. You're kind of pulling out the air energy within your chart, okay? And I feel like you have the right to do that because whatever their behavior is, or whatever their behavior has been, could have warranted you to respond or react accordingly. However, Spirit is trying to lead you down a path that may be more beneficial for everyone involved. Just take it how it resonates. Oh, and I said communicate clearly, and look at it. There it is. Now, be assertive says this situation calls for you to take matters into your own hands. You must get clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. Ask for what you need without watering down your request in order to satisfy others, okay? Remember that seeing to your own needs is nothing to apologize for. Set boundaries with those around you in order to create a safe and fair environment. Tailor your actions so that you earn the respect of others you deserve, and then move forward. So I feel like you guys are already doing that because it's at the bottom of the deck. You guys are being very clear and concise with people around you because of how you feel like you need to react and respond in order to not demand, but command the respect that you deserve. Now, I wanted to do this. Choose a new direction. The time has come to choose a new direction for your life. The circumstances that you find yourself living in may seem unfulfilling, or perhaps your heart is full of discontent. You know that there is something more out in the world for you, and you've been procrastinating following the guidance of your angels. Make a conscious choice to be the person you're meant to be. Create an action plan for yourself that leads you in the direction of your divine life purpose. Begin taking steps immediately towards a happier future. So that's what you're going to be doing in the near future. So it's like right now, I feel like you're laying down the law, child. Y'all are laying down the laws about a situation. Now, forgiveness says that forgiveness can work miracles. When you release the past, a weight is lifted from your shoulders and a sense of freedom washes over you. Okay, hold on. I had to cough loud. Okay, so a sense of freedom washes over you. Ask your angels to help you let go of sadness or pain caused by others so that you, italicized, you can be free. This card can also refer to a need for self-forgiveness. It's time to let go of any guilt you are holding on to regarding past mistakes you may have made, because you may think you may be very critical of yourself for things that you felt like you did wrong or mistakes that you felt like you made. But I feel like this card is basically saying that Spirit wants you to know that you may not have actually made a mistake. Like some of the things that you are destined to do, some of the situations that you are just fated to be involved in, the ways that you have chosen to take steps in any direction. It's not that you didn't have free will. It's not that you didn't have a choice, but you made the choice that you were supposed to make. So you may be beating yourself up about things that you don't need to beat yourself up about. Basically, that's what Spirit is saying. Because they're telling you, give yourself credit for having tried. Okay. These are mistakes that you may have made. And you could be grilling yourself because you feel like it was a mistake or someone made you feel like it was a mistake when in reality, your ass was on point. Okay. So give yourself credit for having tried your best, even if the results weren't what you would have liked. Focus on the changes you've made since then and that have made you a better person. Okay. Listen. So what I feel like is going on with this right here is a situation where you are laying down the law. You're setting boundaries. All right. You're commanding respect. You are articulating what it is that you need from people around you in the situations that you're involved in. And I feel like you're trying to extend that arm of forgiveness to others, but also needing to do it for yourself as well, so that you understand how to properly and healthily execute those boundaries and those standards that you have. I think that's going to help you clearly understand what's for you and what's not for you. That's what this is about. Because the action that you're taking now to assess the situation and do the things that you need to do to make improvements are going to show you the people who are for you and the people who are against you. It's going to show you the paths that are in alignment with you and those that are misaligned. Okay. Ooh, child, not spill work at the bottom. I feel like someone may have been trying to make you feel guilty about something that you really shouldn't feel guilty about necessarily. Okay. What else for Pisces? What's the message for Pisces, Spirit? The scoop. So title card. This could be you, who you are. Okay. Access denied. Blocking communication. The grass was fake. So we just talked about, denying access. Okay. You may feel like you were denied access to something. You may feel like you were shut out from something that you weren't even really supposed to be involved in. Excuse me. Some of you could feel like you were meant to go down a certain path, do a certain thing that you actually weren't meant to do. Like every decision that you've made up until this point may feel in hindsight, like you could have made a better decision, but I don't think you were actually supposed to be included or involved or given access to something. Not saying that it negates the reading that I just did, but what I feel like this is saying is like, if there's a hard no in your life, or there's something that you're just being rejected from constantly over and over again, or something that just does not seem to want to budge, you got to kind of walk away, because I think what you initially intended, or what you initially wanted, or what you initially envisioned when it comes to being given access to this area or this whatever was more, I'm hearing the words delusions of grandeur. Like, it was more immaculate, it was more beautiful, it was more ideal in your mind than what it is in reality. And it looked good from a distance, and you desired it from a distance because you saw it and you thought that's what would be good for you. But as you get closer to it, you may see the reality of what it really is and understand that it wasn't actually for you. This could be a job, this could be a career, this could be a profession, this could be a certain lifestyle. It just depends on what you guys are thinking about and how it resonates. What else for Pisces? Leveling up. So you're leveling up in a position that you're in. This is like, this could be you getting a new car, title card. This could be you giving. I don't know, child. Maybe you buying somebody a car. It could be your child. This could be you getting a new car, a new house, a new wardrobe for some of you guys, a new job, a new career, a new position. You're leveling up in some way. Like, you yourself are leveling up in life. And I feel like it's because you were denied the ability to level up in another area. Wow, the grass was fake again, and jump into conclusions. So something definitely looked better on the outside than what it actually was on the inside. This could even be a person. This could be like a relationship that you felt like you were denied from having. But when you actually think about it, if you were to get into the relationship, or if you were to have gotten what it is that you wanted the way you wanted it, it wasn't going to be what you thought it was going to be like before you got it. Yeah, and this could even be a situation where you actually did receive. This could be a situation where you did receive what you wanted. Like, you got into the marriage, you got into the relationship. This could even just be an idea. I'm trying to articulate. Just say you got married very young and you thought, oh, your idea of marriage was XYZ, but then you got into it and it was DFS. I didn't mean to say that, but it was crazy. I just was picking random letters. So yeah, so like, you believing that marriage was what you wanted, or you believing that children was what you wanted, or you believing that you wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer is what you wanted, but then you ended up going down a completely different path because you actually did it and you got into it and you saw that that really wasn't what you wanted to do. And you may have been jumping to conclusions about what you thought something would end up being like, but then when you experienced it, you realized it wasn't actually what you thought. But if it wasn't going down like that in your life, it could be that right now you're seeing yourself in the same position. This could also be a repetitive situation that needs to be understood cyclically. You may have a tendency to look at situations that other people are in, or look at circumstances that you would desire. It doesn't have to be about anybody else, but you could look at things that you desire and feel like you want it. But then when you actually get it, it's not what you wanted. Like, a lot of folks right now, they saw them Teslas and they thought they wanted a Tesla. But now having a Tesla ain't that great. Like, and that's a different circumstance because it's other it's other variables involved. But you may have thought that you wanted a Hummer truck, but then you get a Hummer truck and you see how raggedy it is, or you see that it's not your cup of tea. That's what this is about. So if you've experienced that in the past, your spirit team is trying to help you learn from those experiences so that you can prevent yourself from going down the same path again. They want you to see clearly that that was the circumstance, that you idolize something or you idolize someone and you put the circumstance on a pedestal when in reality, the reality of it wasn't as high up as what you elevated it to. And I think that's something you also have to understand about your power, is that you have the ability to elevate someone who's really down here to be up here because of the energy that you put into it. I also feel like the part about, commanding what you deserve and setting strong boundaries about what you want, what you don't want, is an important aspect of this as well, because there could have been something that was really good, like maybe a marriage or a relationship, if we're using examples, and you may have let a lot of things slide, or you may not have been, you may have been very loose with your boundaries and not said up front, like, this irritates me, or this upsets me, or this makes me uncomfortable, and therefore it caused the situation to go a little haywire because you did not set those boundaries clearly or as firmly as what you were thinking in your head. So you may think that something is better than what you have now. You may think that something is good for you or would be better for you, but it may not actually be better for you. You may think that a situation that you're in, can't change, but it actually can. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because I know I'm not being 100% clear. In the near future, though, you may choose a new direction because you're going to realize that what you idolized isn't what you really wanted it to be, or it isn't what you thought it was going to be. So regardless of whether you get in and gain access or whether you never gain access, your spirit team is trying to tell you that if you never gain access and you never get to see what something is really like, that's okay, because they're telling you it's probably not going to be the way you think it's going to be. If you do gain access and you find that it's not what you thought it was going to be and you're not actually happy, they're telling you that you don't have to remain there. You can choose a new path. Okay? And whatever guilt or shame or regrets that you have based on wherever your circumstances put you in this situation need to be something that you forgive yourself for. Okay? Ooh, 4 of Pentacles at the bottom, but it was in reverse when I looked at it. Somebody could be stingy with the 4 of Pentacles. Somebody could be very, they could be very tight-fisted with money. There could also be financial struggles that you've been dealing with that are possibly about to change. Let's see. Why is Pisces getting this message? The Hermit, Magician, and the Page of Swords. Virgo energy, Gemini energy. Possibly Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius. Somebody's definitely manipulating destiny or fate. We saw the spell work card in the beginning. Why is Pisces getting this message? The World. The Tower and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, one more card for why Pisces is getting this message. The Page of Cups. Yeah, all of a sudden something is going to end. Something's been going on for a long time, but all of a sudden it's going to come to an end. And it could be very shocking. It could be very jarring. It could be very unexpected because you've just gotten used to things being a certain way. I feel like there's a person who's been manipulating situations behind the scenes and then watching to see the reaction that they get from their manipulations. Okay. Knight of Cups is at the bottom and the High Priestess. So that's what I kind of feel. I feel like whoever's been manipulating situations behind the scene and then watching to see the reactions of people who they're messing with, there's going to be like a sudden, there's going to be all of a sudden this is going to come to an end, or all of a sudden you're going to understand the delays or why something took so long, or how much time, energy, and effort was invested into manipulating situations. You're going to see it, and it's going to be kind of shocking. There's definitely, with the Tower card that we just saw, something that could be crumbling, could be a structure, could be a home for someone. And also, I said earlier, like, one for the road. So you could be like going on a journey, figuratively, literally, spiritually, whatever. And it feels like it's because wherever you were spiritually housed is starting to decay or corrode or erode or implode or explode, whatever. Someone could be secretly offering you some type of peace offering or help. Thank you. The Hierophant. Ciao. And there's the Four of freaking Pentacles and the Five of Cups. One more card. High Priestess came out. Interesting, because technically the Hierophant is like the High Priest and the High Priestess together. Interesting. Let's get that level up card in the middle. Okay, that's weird. I'm just getting messages, y'all. I know it doesn't seem like I'm talking very much, but I'm hearing things like, I just heard it's all about the presentation, or it's all about like the reputation or the image. It's all about how something is presented, not what the actual truth of something is. That's what I just heard in my head. Very strange. It's not about... I think isn't that what lawyers say? Where did I hear that? I think I heard that on a TV show or a movie. I think it might have been Outlander. There was another show, though. I don't know if it was Outlander. There was a show where somebody said, there's the law and then there's what's done. I know that wasn't Outlander. There's the law and then there's what's done. Or there's the rules and then there's what we actually do. And it feels like lawyers or politicians. I know in Outlander, the lawyer that, I forgot his name, that was traveling with them when they went to get the rent. When Claire went to the witch trials, he was saying something about there's what's right and then there's like the law. So it's like there's this distinction, guys. There's this distinction when it comes to like reputation, perception, image, marketing, things like that I'm picking up on. So it kind of feels like if somebody can make something look a certain way, then it doesn't matter what's actually true if they can make it look like it's true, or they can make something look like it's facts. That's the only thing that matters, not the actual facts. Virgo energy, Taurus energy, possibly Libra, you Pisces, maybe even Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius in there somewhere. 4 major arcanas and then the Page of Cups, which is crazy. And then we also saw the Tower and the Magician. I feel like you're going to be given some type of information that's been consistently kept hidden for a long time. I don't know if this is spiritual information or literal like documentation, but there's like this secret. I don't know if this is some secret society stuff, but it kind of feels like there's a secret here about tradition, or there's a secret tradition, or there's some type of like hidden thing that's being done. I don't know what level this is on. 3 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. Overall, though, with the leveling up card and the title card, I feel like you guys are elevating to the next level. You're graduating to the next level. I feel like you've been taught something. Some of you guys could be graduating from college and you're moving out of your dorm, or you're maybe relocating for a job or a position that you get right out of school. But it feels like and I put the thumbnail on one of the other videos, graduation. There's a harvest coming in here. There's definitely some type of celebration here, a sense of community, a sense of positivity. What? And then the 5 of Pentacles, though. I feel like you guys need to know that people are going to be coming out the woodwork asking for help with their handout. Don't give people handouts. You can forgive them for what they've done. You can move forward from whatever pain that they've caused in your life. But don't give people handouts. And even if it's people who you care for or love, new people coming into your life, there's definitely a sense of you needing to keep some type of change in your circumstances a secret. Because it kind of feels like there's someone who's trying to pull puppet strings behind the scenes. They could be trying to portray that something is better than what it is, with the grass was fake, okay? But it's like somebody's trying to pull puppet strings behind the scenes and then see the reaction that you give or that they get from you. So somebody could be trying to play with your emotions. They could be trying to come off as like a charity case, or I don't know. It's like somebody's trying to come off as if maybe they need you, or they're trying to pull on your heartstrings to get you to help them. But it kind of feels like they're manipulating a situation, and you may be picking up on that. Okay. What's this Page of Cups? Judgment. Another major arcana, child. Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Yeah. So whatever somebody's approaching you with, whatever somebody's offering to you, or whatever someone is requesting that you do or help them with, whatever somebody's proposing to you, you're skeptical. Because I feel like your judgment, your intuition is telling you to keep a boundary with someone or keep someone at arm's length. I feel like you've made a final judgment or a final decision. Yeah, the Emperor. Somebody's made a final decision. I don't know if this is you or someone else, but there's definitely been a final decision made. Now, this could also be a final decision being made about an offer that someone plans to give to you. And your intuition could be telling you that it's coming. Like you could feel like something is coming. 5 of Cups and the Fool card. There's someone here who wants to be free of some type of like ridicule or aggression. I don't know if it's this Emperor, but there's some type of loss. that has gotten out of control, or there's some type of negativity that's gotten out of control. And I feel like this emperor or whoever this is proposing something to you, offering something to you, bringing something to your attention is tired of like the backlash that they're getting from something. And they want to be free of the attacks. They want to be free of the aggression. They want to be free of the backlash and the blowback from their choice or from whatever happened. Now, they may not say this to you, but I feel like you're picking up on it intuitively that somebody wants to be free of like the guilt or the karma or the emotions that they feel, regret that comes from whatever choice that they made. And I feel like they're not saying that to you, but they are expressing it in their tone and body language, and you're picking up on it intuitively. But what I also feel is that you're still keeping this person at arm's length. And that's your final decision. No matter how kind they are, no matter how apologetic they are. What's the Hierophant? The Ace of Cups and the King of Wands. I feel like somebody could be desiring you, or they really want something with the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands. Somebody's trying to prove to you their commitment. They're trying to prove to you that they're committed to something. Now, if this is just you personally, I feel like some of you guys have a boss or a manager or a superior at your job or career. There's an authority figure who is witnessing. Ooh, that scared me. They're witnessing your devotion to something. They're witnessing your commitment to something. And it's like they have the power to give you this promotion or to give you this level up. And they've made their decision to offer it to you. Wow, Two of Swords and the Two of Cups. Interesting. With this King of Wands and Ace of Cups. I feel like you don't see how much somebody is in love with you, Pisces. Two of Swords, Two of Cups. Or you may be aware of it, but you're ignoring it. I feel like, okay, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. That's why this love. Okay, so I asked why the level up and the message, the title card. I feel like you're leveling up definitely because someone sees your commitment to what it is that you're doing. Someone sees that you're not just fly by night. Somebody sees your talents, your gifts, your skills, your abilities. I feel like they've been watching you in secret. They could have been pulling strings behind the scenes. This is someone who's in a position of power or authority over, and they can decide like your future. What's the High Priestess? Page of Pentacles. Ooh, the Devil, child. And the King of Swords. What's the Page of Pentacles with the High Priestess? Look, there's the the Chariot and the Strength. And the Strength is looking in the same direction as the High Priestess. Interesting. And the Hermit, the Hierophant, and the Page of Cups are all looking over here. This could be someone who wants to offer you some type of contract. And it has to do with something that you're very gifted in. It has to do with something magical, esoteric. Just with the Magician, Hierophant, and High Priestess, those are all kind of like magical cards. I definitely feel like you have the ability to do something that's very mysterious, or somebody is intrigued by your abilities. or how you're able to stay so devoted to something, how you're able to be so like on point. This could even be how you're able to be so uniform. Like, just say you do pottery or something like that, and you have a very unique style. You have a clear like tell as to the fact that if people see your pottery, they know that's your pottery. But it's also the ability for you to be so uniform. Like, if you make a mug and somebody sees your mug and you're drinking from it and they're like, where'd you get that? And you said, oh, I made it. And they're like, oh my God, I want one. It's not going to come out different when you make it for them. It's going to come out the same as what they saw. And it's like somebody is amazed by your ability to duplicate your gifts and abilities on such a uniform level, but also make it creative and unique. It's like somebody's really observing you hard. And I feel like this person is very passionate about you, or they're observing your passion and commitment to something. 2 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. There's also like, there's also a part of this where I feel like someone has been trying to, because they've been observing you be so devoted to something that you want. And I feel like they are secretly harboring some type of feelings for you that I don't know if they're sure how to deal with. I feel like it's romantic feelings. Whoever this person is that's been harboring these feelings secretly, they could be 2 different people. That was a different situation. This is another person is here, like harboring these feelings for you, wanting to be in a commitment with you, possibly envisioning or dreaming about marriage and things like that. But they're on the outside looking in, like, and you either don't see them or you don't care for them and you don't feel the same way. And I think that in the past, this could be like something that's happened in the past where if you rejected a person or you've ignored someone's advances towards you, they may have been trying to control your decisions, or they may have been trying to control your fate or your destiny by manipulating things behind the scenes, and then watching to see how their manipulations played out in the real world, how you reacted and responded, how the environment reacted and responded to what they were doing behind the scenes, because you don't see them or you don't pay attention to them or you don't feel the same way. And I feel like whoever was in that energy feels guilty about the ways that they manipulated you for so long in that way, the delays that they caused, the financial issues that they may have sprung up upon you. And I think because there's a change in your status or a change in your station, this person could definitely be like wanting forgiveness. I feel like they're asking for forgiveness, possibly apologizing. And it may not come out in like their actual words. I feel like it more so comes out with maybe like things that they try to do to show you, or their tone or their body language. Okay. That's why that message was coming up. I just feel like Spirit doesn't want you to settle for anything that you don't deserve, or that's not necessarily that you don't deserve, but they don't want you to settle for anything that you don't align with. No matter how much somebody is pressuring you, no matter how much someone is pushing you, no matter how much they want whatever they want. Because it could be a situation where someone else thinks that their ideations are more realistic than what they actually are. Like, someone could be seeing you and idolizing you and putting you on that pedestal that we talked about earlier, when in reality, I'm not saying you're beneath them, but what I'm saying is it's not going to come out the way that they think. Like, you're going to be you. You're not going to be the imagination that they have of you. And that may be something that, the bubble needs to be burst for them about, because it's like however they're idealizing you is not a true representation of who you really are. Okay. I'm trying to figure out, so what's the point? Like, that's why. What's the point of Pisces getting this message? Queen of Cups. Because you're very kind, loving, understanding what I need from you. Wow, 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups. So somebody from the past that you may not have heard from in a while, you may not know where they've been or what's been going on in their life. They could be communicating with you, and you may not see this communication. I don't know if you have somebody blocked, but it's kind of like this vibe where, like with the 2 of Swords, I just feel like you aren't really seeing this person's like feelings or communication or something. That's 8 Cups right there. So somebody who you may have walked away from in the past, somebody who you felt unfulfilled from in the past, somebody who you may have had children with. You may feel like there's a strong bond or a connection, a soulmate, twin flame, whatever you believe, that's on you. That's 8 Cups. 6 with the Queen is 7 Cups. 2 with the Queen is 3. I feel like somebody wants 6, 7, 8, and that's 9. I feel like you see the potential in something. You see the potential in a situation, but I also feel like you need to see how someone could be orchestrating things to look a certain way to get you to react and respond a certain way. What's the Queen of Cups? Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get a message. I was about to say boundary. 9 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're putting your foot down and setting a boundary and sticking to it with someone from your past, or an energy that's similar to one of the past. Like you may have just met someone, but they feel very familiar to you. And in the past, you may have been like all swept up in the emotions and all swept up in the feelings. And now it's kind of like, nah. It feels good. That's all fine, well and good. Boo boo shoo shoo. But we not finna do all that getting swallowed up. Okay? Throat ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. We not getting that deep. You're not gonna make me get that deep. It's definitely a situation where you're putting up a strong boundary and confirming that that boundary is placed. Because in the past, I feel like you've gotten drunk on some type of power or some type of feeling. Not saying that you abused your power, more so saying that you fell in love too quick and got pregnant, got somebody pregnant, made permanent decisions off of temporary emotions in the past, and you're not doing that. You've done it so many times and you know what this is. You're very experienced with what this is because of what you know in the past. This could also be describing like your experiences providing an asset to someone's business, or your experience providing some type of asset to someone, and that's why they want to offer you this position. What's the Queen of Cups? One more card. 10 of Wands. Sagittarius energy. Possibly some earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Of course, we have Taurus and Virgo out here. We saw the Devil, which could be Capricorn. Ooh, excuse me. Woo. 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles again. Some of you, this could be your daughter. Some of you could have a daughter who you're explaining something to. You're explaining your past, or you're explaining your experience to someone younger than you. It doesn't have to be your daughter, but you could be explaining your experience to someone younger than you so you can pass that lesson or that knowledge on to them so that they can, get their head out of the clouds and like not necessarily like crash or burn their dreams, but make them see like past illusions or delusions. There's definitely something that you had to do by yourself, or there's something that you took on by yourself. It kind of feels like a mom talking to her daughter about not getting pregnant like young, or not getting pregnant too early, or something like even talking to your son about not getting somebody pregnant. That's what it kind of feels like. All this explaining. The reason why you're able to be independent is because you've worked hard for many, many years. And you have a right to set the boundaries that you feel like you need to set. I just feel like you're going to have to stand on that, Pisces. What's the Page of Wands? 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. Queen of Wands and the Justice. Wow. Some of you guys are attracting a really good opportunity. Something that's meant for you. Something that's, with the Justice card, it's like fair. It's balanced. It's equally yoked to who it is that you are. The people involved are balanced as well. It's like, dang. This could even be some type of legal settlement or something. I feel like you've proven yourself over and over and over again to where it's undeniable that you deserve whatever this is, or that you've worked for this. What's the 10 of Pentacles? Wow, the Magician. Yeah, there's definitely someone doing spell work somehow. Someone pulling puppet strings behind the scenes, and they've been doing it for a long time. It could be a family member. It could be like someone who's controlling finances in some way. But this is whatever manipulation or, deceit is going on behind the scenes, sneaky behavior. I feel like it's confirming something that you said in the past. I feel like something that you said in the past is being confirmed. And someone is making a judgment about it. And I feel like the whole backstory that I was talking about was kind of like what someone's reasoning is for why they did something kind of like underhanded and manipulative. I also feel like there's someone who's been watching someone manipulate your money or manipulate your family or manipulate opportunities for you for a long time, like block you from getting something or delay you from getting something for a long time. But it's like you haven't given up. What's the 10 of Wands? 9 of Pentacles again. Star card and the 6 of Swords. I just heard focus on your training. I feel like that's what helped you carry a heavy burden. It's like focusing on your training, focusing on where you were going to end up, focusing on the ultimate like goal. What was the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is making sure your kids grow up well, or reaching the top of this career, or having a house, or whatever your ultimate goal was. You kept that in the forefront of your mind, which allowed you to survive in a vulnerable situation. It's like you were in a vulnerable situation, but you were being guided through it and protected throughout whatever this is while someone was manipulating. 8 of Swords. Four of Wands and the Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel like y'all were trapped in a relationship or a family dynamic. Could be with your own parents, siblings, things like that. You were just kind of trapped in a situation where you were being aggressively like attacked. And it just crazy. So, Spirit, what do you want Pisces to do? What do you want Pisces to do in this situation? Ace of Wands. Yeah, continue to focus on this goal. What is this goal? This is the new direction. Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Wow. Like, I just feel like you guys have been fighting to accomplish something for so long. I just feel like your value is going to be recognized in a new situation. If any of y'all are focusing on somebody from your past, that's a L, baby. I'll tell you straight up. That's a L. What's this Ace of Wands? Look, the Hangman and the Tower. Somebody is blowing the chain. They blowing the roof off this hole. Three of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Look at this. Somebody is blowing the top off of, they're blowing the lid off this bitch. Somebody's power is being removed. Somebody's being removed from their position, removed from power. You're about to get a new opportunity, a new lease on life, or that's what it feels like. It feels like a new lease on life. Because we saw the Tower earlier with the World card. It's like something that has been going on for a long time is coming to an end. And it's opening up for you. Like something is opening up for you because of the sacrifices that you made. Ma'am, Three of Swords. All the lies are blowing up. Oh my God. And we saw the Seven of Wands. I feel like somebody is coming in and blowing the lid off of something. I took a screenshot earlier because I remember pulling up that card. Somebody's coming in and blowing the lid off this bitch. I feel like this thing is this contraption that has you stuck right here. You being drained of your money, drained of your finances, drained of your energy, drained of your resources. The investment that you made, the sacrifice that you made, all of a sudden that time and that patience and that waiting and that delays and the mess is coming to an end. I feel like you guys have also manifested some type of like major like payout or payoff, like delayed gratification. You played the long game on something for real, for real. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. It just feels like, y'all, it just feels crazy. Like, for real. You really played the long game on something. Scorpio energy. I'm just going to go. Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, possibly Taurus. Scorpio again, Cancer, Leo, Pisces, Taurus, possibly Libra. We saw the Justice. We saw Capricorn, Hermit, Virgo, Gemini, Magician, possibly also Scorpio or Aquarius. We saw the Star card, which could be Aquarius. It's really any sign, to be honest with you. The only sign that I really didn't see a whole lot of was Sagittarius. I saw Aries and Leo, but not a lot of Sagittarius. I saw Taurus and Virgo, not a lot of Capricorn. I see Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, but the air signs are kind of like Aaron, okay? And then the water is like Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, everybody. What is this? What? Give us more information. Some child is screaming bloody murder, child. Okay. Can we get more information for Pisces about what this is about, Spirit? Red flags, signs, cheating, deception, planning, text, phone call, meetup, avoidance, in hiding, feeling guilty, no communication. That don't make sense. That's contradictory. So somebody may cancel plans on you, and that's a red flag. This could be a long distance connection that's not going to be able to go through. Or you're deciding to cancel a long distance trip or travel for the road. Like, there's some type of travel here that I feel like you guys were going to do or make, or that somebody else was going to do towards you. And they're either not going to come, or you're getting a red flag that tells you not to come. Okay. What else? Deuces. Fed up, cutting ties, walking away. Double life, liar, deception, in relationship. Guilt, apology, remorseful, ashamed. It doesn't just have to be like a cheater in a double life, deception. It could also be someone who's personifying or projecting a certain persona, image. Remember, I said image, reputation. I was talking about how it doesn't matter what it is actually, it's about what is perceived or what is projected. I feel like you were protecting someone too, possibly. Like you were protecting somebody's image or their reputation. Kind of like, oh man, that just happened. Okay, it's not these people. Okay, whenever I bring up a reference of a celebrity, it's not about the celebrity. It's just an analogy so you can understand. But Tiana Taylor and Iman, what's his name? Shrimp. I don't know how to say that man's last name. But how she just came out and was talking about covering up for him. Uh-huh. What else? Distractions. Temptation, always busy, kept you waiting. Some of y'all, this is a long distance relationship. Y'all been talking to somebody online or something like that. Or you've been waiting for somebody to leave their wife or husband or whoever, and they cheating, and I don't know what it is. It's just something that you need to let go of and forgive and choose a new direction because you're not getting what you want. Desire, self-pleasure, sexual thoughts, intense feelings. Yeah, it's distracting you from finally cutting off. Yeah, pictures, regrets, reminiscing, missing you. This could also be a person who's like, you know, somebody's doing spell work through like masturbation or something. But it just, or somebody's trying to do spell work through sex. So this is either a person coming in acting like this and you need to shut it down. Because some of y'all, this person is coming in acting like this, trying to get you caught up and attached and pregnant, things like that. For some of you, this is something that's happening to your children and you're warning them. Or for some of you, this is something that happened in the past and this person might be coming back trying to like ask for forgiveness because they feel guilty. What else? Thinking of you. Yeah. Desire again. Push and pull. Power struggles, imbalance, stubborn. What else? Unfinished business, Netflix and chill. Right. Desires again at the bottom. Jesus Christ. Do you see what I'm saying? Divine intervention. So if you're going to meet up with somebody from your past, or you're going to make a plan with someone who you've been talking to, and something happens with the car, or something happens with meeting up, the plans changed, somebody cancels, that's divine intervention helping you to see that you're being like targeted or like played with spiritually by somebody. Like anything that blocks you or stops you from carrying out some type of plans with a person that you already been a little skeptical about, you need to know that that's like rejection being protection, or, you know, blockages being protection. I feel like this is coming up because there's something with this level up happening in your life that's going to put you in a visible position to someone. And what this is saying, from the grass was fake, jumping to conclusions, access denied, like somebody who rejected you in the past, or somebody who did not give you what you deserved in the past, someone who made you like an afterthought, or they treated you as an option, because of how you're leveling up, because of how something in your life is changing, and possibly because of the recognition that you're going to be receiving. I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you is like, please, like, do not let the idea of a person, or the idea of a relationship, or the idea of an outcome trick you out your position. What else does Pisces need to know? Friends. This could be involving a friend circle. Protection. It's it's embarrassing. Ooh. What's embarrassing? Something is about to be embarrassing. Somebody may embarrass themselves in front of you, or in front of your friends when you're with your friends, or somebody is an embarrassment in some way, shape, or form. But I said it. It's imperative that you protect yourself at this time. Protect yourself from lovers with low vibrations connected to them. Somebody who may somebody who you get introduced through a friend, school. Someone could be in school, or this can involve a child. Exactly. This could be something that you're saying to your child. But I feel like learning somehow is involved. It's like you're protecting yourself now because you've learned either from your friends, or you've learned from your parents, or you've learned from your past, you know, quote unquote mistakes, or things that you thought were a mistake. You've learned. What else does Pisces need to know? Mixed signals. There may be a lot of mixed signals at this time. Things may not be as clear or precise at this time. Mean woman. A situation could involve a woman who is mean-spirited, very stuck in her ways. This could also be someone who is seeking some type of revenge and playing mind games. Someone could be playing games at this time. Make sure you have all the information about someone before you move forward. Yeah, I don't know if this is a new person or an old person, or how this is playing out, but there's definitely a feminine energy here involved. That could have been an old friend that wants to come back, or that sees some type of accomplishment that you made and maybe saying something to you about it. This could be someone who's distracted you a lot of times in your life. They could have been one way around you and another way around other people, and it could be platonic, right? It doesn't have to be romantic. For some of y'all, it's romantic. For some of y'all, it's platonic. One more card. Protection came back up again. One more card for Pisces. That's crazy. Kidnapping, taken without warning. See, somebody's going to try to sneak up on you, but it was in reverse. I feel like you expect this, or you're going to, because the High Priestess is here. So it's like, yeah, you're going to expect something, or you're going to see something coming. Okay, broken. Something is broken. This could be a heart, a promise, or a situation. And then fright. Someone could scare you, or you may be scared at this time. Yeah, I feel like this is about somebody who kind of played in your face. And you really didn't know who this person was. You really didn't know this person at all. Because they hid so much from you. But I think, like, deep down, you knew who this person was. Even if you maybe lied to yourself about it for a while, or tried to push it aside for a while. It's like you knew what was going on behind the scenes because you could feel it, but maybe you didn't want to jump to conclusions, or you didn't want to judge someone without reading the book or whatever. But I feel like you got enough from your interactions to give you the picture that you needed to protect yourself in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like you did, despite how far the relationship went, despite the status or the nature of the relationship. You dipped a toe as far as you could. You got in and tested the waters as long as you could. And you maybe stayed for a long time or a short time, depending on what your situation is. But it's like now I feel like because something is happening in your life, there's going to be an attempt that someone makes to come back into your life on the same type of time and on the same type of energy. And like every time y'all plan to meet up, it's not going to work out. Every time you get a phone call from them, you're not available. When you call them back, they're not available. It's a phone tag situation. Every time there's some type of like attempt to reconnect or to connect initially from the beginning, it's not going to work out because you're honestly being protected. These two cards flipped out. Protect your energy and live in your purpose. Period. Carnelian, feed your creativity. And Bloodstone, get up and get moving. So yeah, this is somebody with the red flags, with the 10 of Wands over here. I feel like this is somebody who created like delays in your life. They created burdens in your life. And people can feel your energy evolving. People can feel your energy changing, Pisces. Don't ever take that for granted because you never know what someone else knows. You never know the power that someone else has. You never know the gifts that someone else holds. You just don't know how they're going to choose to use it. You just don't know what their intentions are going to be with those gifts and powers and abilities. And, sometimes it's not really selfish, but sometimes just maybe even delusionally or possibly selfishly or arrogantly or even naively, we can think that we're the only one with certain gifts or abilities, but we're not. We can think that we're the only one who knows about certain things, but we don't. And don't be too nice. That's the moral of the story here, okay? Do not be too nice to someone, giving somebody a bunch of chances, thinking that they don't know how to fuck to play the game. Because whoever this is, or whoever these people are who are coming up in this energy, they know how to play the game. And I feel like they want you to carry their bags for them. Like this may be any type of time where I give examples like this. This could have been somebody who you traveled with and they wanted you to carry their bags. They had you being the fucking bellhop bitch when they could easily figure out how to go walk their ass into whatever establishment that y'all was going into and request that from the employees. But they had you doing it. Or a person who had you just figuratively and metaphorically carrying their bags. They tricked you into doing it because of your kindness, because of your naivety when it comes to your awareness of their knowledge of manipulation. And listen, don't let this person trick you out your position. Don't let this person knock you off your square. Don't be too fucking nice. I hope that helped you guys. Advice is protect your energy and live in your purpose. And keep your eyes on the prize when it comes to this new goal. Because I feel like y'all are being freed. This could even be some of you, your children are finally grown. They're finally on their own. They're finally going to college. They're finally moving away. You finally got an empty house. You finally got peace. Or you maybe you're getting some type of settlement and payout and you finally can get out of debt and you finally can do, more stuff and move freely in your life. And then here comes somebody trying to reattach you to some type of debt or impregnate you with another child or get you in a situation where you're going to immediately lose that freedom. And on that note, I'm finna go. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe, Pisces, to continue to catch the vibe. I love you guys so very much. There's literally nothing that you can't do. Remember that. If you want to book your personals, click the link in the description box. Make sure you get to that code in the post section if you want a discount. Go subscribe to my other channels. Watch Casey Nicole Speaks and subscribe for your girl. Support your girl. And remember, Pisces, this is our Circle Boost. Bye.